Bioshock Infinite was one of my most highly anticipated games of 2012. Now, I couldn't wait to play Bioshock Infinite when it would be released this October. So you can imagine my shock to wake up to an article stating that Bioshock Infinite had been delayed from October 2012 to February 2013. I think this is probably the biggest disappointment of the year. But if you've never played the series or you really have no idea why fans are so disappointed with this delay, let me break it down for you. So this story starts all the way back in August of 2010, where Irrational Games reveals the teaser trailer for Bioshock Infinite. The teaser trailer starts out underwater and shows a silhouette of what you first think is Rapture. But as the camera slowly pans out, you realize that Rapture is nothing more than a model in an aquarium. The camera is jerked backwards, and you are in the first-person perspective of a man being tossed around by a handyman. And what we know of the handyman at this point is that they're a machine that may or may not be controlled by a human, but they're very similar to how a Big Daddy looks and feels. And it isn't long before we're given the big reveal that we are in a city above the clouds, better known as Columbia, and not in Rapture deep below the ocean. And I gotta tell you, when I first saw this, my mind was just blown. Not only did the city look gorgeous, but it was also very open and very bright, and just a complete contrast to the underwater city of Rapture. And it might have been the first time a video game has given me a hands-free orgasm. And other than that, we're not given much other than a brief glimpse of the city. It did what any good teaser trailer is supposed to do, and that is to pique interest and to get people talking. And then we flash forward a month to September 2010, and we're given our first long gameplay demo of Bioshock Infinite. One of the bigger revelations of this trailer is that we're introduced to the Vox Populi, and the Vox Populi are the working immigrant class of Columbia. And it quickly becomes clear that they are at odds with the high-class founding members of the city. One of the big differences between Bioshock Infinite and the original Bioshock is that while the original Bioshock took place a year after this catastrophe happened, Bioshock Infinite takes place during the Civil War as it happens. Another big reveal was the Skyline. The Skyline is a rail system that helps transport goods and people around the city. And then we find out that this is the way you are going to be transported to and from different locations in Columbia. And through a wearable device called a skyhook, you can essentially attach to any rail on the Skyline and get transported from one area of Columbia to the other. Also in this trailer, we're given a better idea of the character of Elizabeth and what her deal is. And while not explicitly stated, you're tasked with getting Elizabeth out of Columbia safe and sound. It also becomes apparent that Elizabeth has psychic abilities, as in the trailer, she not only manipulates the weather, but also manipulates solid matter. So then we flash forward 9 months into the future to July 2011, and we get yet another 15-minute game demo of Bioshock Infinite. Now, I'm not going to go into explicit detail about this demo, but I am going to mention two things very quickly. The first is the Songbird, and we find out that the Songbird is the thing that's pursuing Elizabeth throughout the entire game. Now, we don't know much about the Songbird, but we do know that it has been the guardian of Elizabeth for many years. The Songbird is this giant mechanical eagle made entirely of brass, and it is just horrifying. I'm really excited to see how the Songbird will play in the overall story of Bioshock Infinite. We also find out that Elizabeth has this ability to open tears in the space-time continuum. Throughout the demo, they appear as translucent ripples in the fabric of space-time. And we find out one of the key aspects of gaming is the ability for Elizabeth to open these tears that'll, in fact, aid Booker DeWitt throughout their journey. Whether that means opening new doors, whether that means providing cover that wasn't there, or providing new weapons to use at your disposal. So why the big hoopla about the Bioshock Infinite delay? So since July 2011, all we've really gotten in terms of new footage are these little snippets outlining some of the new enemies in Bioshock Infinite. We've got these animatronic George Washingtons with Gatling guns in their hand that are tasked with hunting you down. We got these ghost-like creatures called sirens, which raise enemies that you killed off back from the dead. We have the Boys of Silence, which are these giant hulking creatures that have huge horns coming out of their head, and they react very sensitively to sound. But since that release of the second demo back in July 2011, we really haven't received any new footage of Bioshock Infinite. And up until March 2012, the game was given a hard release date of October 2012. So May rolls around, and everyone wakes up to this article saying that Bioshock Infinite has been delayed from October 2012 to February 2013. So really the anger at Irrational Games comes at the fact that audiences will have to wait another 5 months before this game is released. And people are already speculating whether or not Bioshock Infinite will be delayed even further from its February 2013 date. I know people are already liking this game to Duke Nukem Forever in the sense that it's constantly being delayed. And after a job posting at Irrational Games was leaked on LinkedIn, it was revealed that Bioshock Infinite might have multiplayer as well. I personally did not like the multiplayer in Bioshock 2, but if they do a really good job in Bioshock Infinite, I think it could be something really cool. Now obviously, I want the people at Irrational Games to take as much time as they need to make this game perfect. But you have to question whether or not they delayed this game for 5 months just to add multiplayer. I always thought the Bioshock games were more of a single-player experience. And really at this point, I'm not so much angry as much as I am disappointed. This was my most anticipated game of 2012, so all I can really do is put it out of my head and wait till next year. But it's just hard to believe that this game won't be out until the new year. So let me know what you guys think. Are you upset about this delay? Do you care at all about Bioshock Infinite? Let me know by putting a comment in my channel. That being said, I look forward to seeing you guys in my next video. Thanks for watching. As always, feel free to rate, comment, and subscribe to my channel.